Welcome, everybody.
Hey guys.
We're here on the Jake Vamp show today talking about Stranger Things Season 3.
I know it's late, so you should have the chance to have watched it by now.
But in case you haven't, crawl out from under the rock you've been under, watch it, and then come back and finish this video.
Yeah, because we will be spoiling the hell out of Stranger Things 3.
Yes. So,
You first.
this season was one of the best. So much better, I think, than last season.
I think... I'm not going to tell you what I think yet, but I think the second season gets a very bad rap. Because I really actually enjoyed where Eleven went off on her own. And that's the episode that gets a lot of flack.
Oh, no, I like that too. No,
But, yeah, anyway. Go ahead.
It's like saying one of the diamonds isn't as lustrous as the others. They're still diamonds.
Yeah.
You know, the whole show has been great so far, I think. But season 2, kind of with the monsters, was a little bit less, to me, threatening. And just the way it all worked out this time was really the kind of 80s monster movie-ish kind of thing that I would expect from that.
Yeah.
The Mind Flayer was an excellent villain for this season, I thought. Just the way it all happened and stuff like that. Although I have noticed kind of a theme where the assholes get redemption. No matter how big of an asshole you are on Stranger Things, you can always find redemption.
Well, that's because everybody in the 80s looked like a douche, and you assume they were a douche. So,
Yeah.
you know. In fact, lately I've been seeing a bunch of douches walking around that look like they're from the set of Stranger Things. You know, the long hair, the leather vests with the Metallica cut-off shirts, and, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would agree that this was probably the best season. Even though, like I said, the second season gets a lot of flack for...
Right.
I don't think any good reason. I think it was a perfect step up for Stranger Things from Stranger Things Season 1. Because you had to go from one to multiple, and then, which, you know, were bigger, you know, in a sense of there being more of them
Right.
than just the one. And then here you have, like, the big bad, you know, kind of like the boss fight.
Right.
You know. Two issues that I have with it, though. One, if you know me and you've watched any of our videos, I hate fucking tentacles. And the Mind Flayer had fucking tentacles.
Tons of them. Venom layer tentacles.
We do not need these tentacles in these movies. They are not scary. Yes, they can do a lot of things. They can go around corners and peek around things. But I do not give a shit. They are not scary. Stop using them. We don't need them. Please. So that's automatically a strike, because I think Hollywood goes to extreme lengths to put them in their movies, and we just don't need tentacles in movies or TV shows. It's ridiculous. It's like they can't come up with something new. Secondly, I thought they had a really great visual when the rats exploded inside out. I wanted to see that carry over into the humans.
Yeah.
But it didn't. They, like, melted instead of going like the rats. And I was very disappointed in that, because I was like, what the... like, right as soon as I saw the first human do that, I was like, that's not the same fucking thing. What the hell happened? What's going on? Doesn't make any sense. Why would a rat do it and a human not?
Right?
You know, it just didn't make any sense to me as to that. But I love that they threw in the new Coke because that came out in the 80s.
Yep.
That was a huge laugh for me. I got a huge chuckle out of that because I remember New Coke, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, I think overall it was a good, really good, and probably the best season yet. Hopper was... They turned
dead
Hopper...
or not dead?
Definitely not dead, because if you watch all the way to the end, you see that the little white dust things that you see when you cross over to the Upside Down, and then you see Russia. So, you know, and then they're like, no, not the American. Who else could that be? Unless it was like...
I think it was the guy that was living in the little garage. Oh, what was his name? The paranoid dude.
Oh, I got you. The one that, yeah. I don't think it was him. I think it was Hopper, because he went through the Upside Down and came out with the Demogorgon.
Okay, I mean that. I suppose that could make sense too.
Yeah, that's what
I don't think he died either. I think he escaped to the Upside Down and is somehow living there, the way Will did in the first season, which they don't really explain what you eat, what you drink, how you survive while you're there in the Upside Down. But
very, very true. They do not.
maybe we'll get a little glimpse of that next season.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine there would be anything really good down there unless you're
Like, are you looking for like upside down tomatoes or something? You know, go visit the upside down garden.
Upside down tomatoes.
You gotta find an upside down cow.
But so if you could pick the upside down tomatoes, what would they taste like? Would they taste like potatoes?
That would make sense, right?
I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I think Hopper's alive, but I think they turned him into quite a bit of an asshole this season. Like the first two seasons, he actually had a heart, and then this season he was a bit of an asshole, like a pretty big asshole actually, like more like an abusive drunk.
Well, I kind of understood where he was coming from.
I understood
too,
where he was coming from.
He didn't really.
But like what I'm talking about is not just the abusive drunk part, but like when what's her name, Joyce, was like coming to him and telling him that shit's not right. I mean, didn't we just deal with 2 seasons of shit not being right? Why would she be wrong now?
Right.
You know, like I would be the first person to be like, hey, maybe she's onto something.
Right.
You know? Or...
I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Hey, Missy. Hey, sweetie. Hey, girl.
Special
you want to
guest.
be on camera? Come here. Get up. Up. Come here. Stand up. This is Missy.
This is
my
our
doggy.
special guest.
This is my puppy. Yeah. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't watch Stranger Things, did you? No? Well... Okay, that's enough, love. Anyway, I thought that he could have been a little, sit down, a little more sympathetic to her.
Yeah, no,
You know?
you're absolutely right. Yeah, you are absolutely right.
And then he came off as a male chauvinistic pig, kind of, when he was like, fine, you don't... Fuck you, you know, I came over here to get laid. Fuck you, or whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
He just kind of came off as a real dick, and I just didn't like that about his character this season.
But that was always him, though. He's always been kind of like that.
But no, he's been grumpy. I would disagree. He's been grumpy, you know? He's been sad, you know? But he's never been a dick. Like a straight up just dickhead, like asshole, like thinking He reminded me of one of those guys that thinks, "Oh, I bought you dinner. You give me some."
Right.
Kind of guy, you know. And then like he wouldn't admit that he liked her and wouldn't admit that it was a date, but yet he wanted to get some or something. Like I didn't get it, man. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't understand that. I just don't get it.
I don't know. It seemed like it was pretty on character for him. He was kind of a dick, but that was kind of the whole thing about him, you know, was that he still does the right thing at the end of the day.
Yeah, but again, like I said, he was kind of a, you know, in the other 2 seasons he was an asshole sometimes, and he did the right thing. But in this season, he just seems to go a step further for me, to where you would, you know, shoot him if he came onto your property.
Right.
Kind of asshole, you know, not the kind of asshole that you would just let over, and you know he's an asshole, but you still let him come over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was just way beyond what I felt his character was really about, and how his character really should be and act. And you know, I just thought he was wanting so much more. But towards the end, he did get a little bit better in trying to kind of become a good guy,
Right.
again. But
Well, I
just
think
he
that's
went too
kind of
far.
always been him, is trying to be the good guy despite his nature.
And I get that. I
Yeah.
get it, and I'm fine with him being an asshole, just not that kind of asshole.
Plus he's, you know, doing this whole dad thing that he didn't expect to be doing and all that.
And I
you
get
know,
that
he's an
too.
alcoholic and kind of just thrust into this whole thing, but at the same time, you know, at the end of the day, he's always there if you need him, or always doing what's right.
For sure.
Especially when it comes to jumping into the upside down or throwing Russians into a... That was so gnarly, dude. I was like, "Oh, God!" When he threw that Russian into the generator.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
And singing the never-ending story while people's lives were hanging in the balance was kind of... I was sitting on the edge of my seat going, "What the hell are you doing?"
Well, I think we both enjoyed the movie. Did you have any parts that you didn't really like about it, like me?
The little sister, the one that crawled through the vent, I can't remember her name, but she was kind of annoying.
Yeah, I really enjoyed when Dustin like put her in her place and told her that she was a fucking nerd too, you know. So yeah, I really enjoyed that part too. But other than that, she was annoying a little.
But I really enjoyed this season. I thought it was good. I thought the action was pretty good. I thought that the storyline was pretty good. Not quite sure where they're gonna take it from here though. So that's one thing you usually set something up at the end where you can kind of see where it's going. Well, I guess they did with the whole Russia scene at the very end, but
So
that
now
really wasn't much to
it's
go on.
going to take place in Russia.
I
guess.
hope not. I don't speak Russian. I'm going to be reading a lot of subtitles, and that's going to suck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a great Netflix TV show. What was it called? It's been a while since I watched it. Lilyhammer, which is a really, really good show. There's only like 8 episodes per season. It's a Netflix original.
I think I was going
And
to
it's
watch.
about a mobster who flips on his boss because he thought he was going to be the new Godfather, but the brother who's the accountant gets the job.
Uh-huh.
So he flips on him, and now he's on the run, and he goes to Lilyhammer, and they speak Dutch, I think, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of it's in subtitles, but a lot of it's in English too. So it's like half and half. But it's a really good show, and if you guys get a chance, definitely check it out. Because he goes over to Lilyhammer and he starts his own mob.
Right.
You know, he gets these two dimwits off the street and opens a club and starts muscling people around. And
right
stuff.
on.
It's really good show.
Right on.
I mean, and the most mobster looking guy you could fucking get. Like, you'll know exactly what I mean by mobster looking motherfucker.
Nice.
The way he looks just looks like, yep, mobster. Yep,
I'll have to check it out.
I'm profiling that motherfucker. He's a mobster.
I don't really have anything against subtitles. I think it would just go against the kind of 80s Americana theme.
Yeah. Well,
although back in the 80s, there was this big, are you a Russian? Are you a Soviet? Are you a communist?
Yeah. Kind
of red thing going on where everyone was scared of the Russians and the communists for good reason too. There was this huge spy game going on at the time between the United States and Russia, and they were trying to get the advantage over who had the most bombs. But they were also doing this spy game, this James Bond kind of thing where they were, sabotaging this and getting that and spying on this and that. And the KGB was, back then we had the Soviet Union. We didn't have Russia and Ukraine and all that. It was all the Soviet countries were one big country called the Soviet Union, which was the biggest country in the world at the time. And, we managed to end that without ever firing a shot, but there was a big kind of influence of that back in the 80s. And if you go back and look at some of the 80 movies, you'll see a lot of Russian influence, trying to take down the Soviets and whatever, you know what I mean? But
right.
So I suppose it could go with the theme of 80s Americana, as long as they didn't stay on it too long.
Well, that's what I like about the Lilyhammer is you could not actually read the subtitles and still get what's going on. So that's what I enjoyed about that. But we'll see what happens on season 4.
Well, there
will be a season 4 coming. Okay, it says at the end of the thing, it says welcome back or please no. What does it say? Fuck. Doesn't say that, but it says come back soon. So they're definitely going to be another season.
That's the Game of Thrones. Are you kidding? There's no way they're not doing another season.
No, I know. I would say at the very least they'll probably do 5 seasons, if not more.
So out of 5, what do you give it?
Out of a 5-star?
Or isn't that what we usually do?
I usually do out of 10 stars.
Or out of 10.
I give it a 9. Definitely a 9. I don't like the tentacles and I didn't like the knot. So that's, I would say, a half a star each. Normally I would do tentacles a full star, but I really enjoyed it that much that I didn't give it a full star. Take away a full star from it. When I took a half star away. And then the exploding, I took a half star away. But other than that, I loved it.
I'll give it a 9 too. Yeah. It was an excellent season. Excellent. I mean, only a few things could have stopped it from being perfect, but
I don't think you can make a perfect TV show, just like you can't make a perfect movie.
A perfect TV show has to move me in a way that I've never been moved before. And
I agree.
And when that happens, when I find a TV show that does that, I'll give it a perfect 10. But this was an excellent series, or an excellent season. I love the storylines. I love the monsters.
I will watch a 9 TV series every day. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that for me.
Right.
Anytime. Bring it on, Netflix. Bring it on.
Oh, man.
So you got our rating, 9. We got our little tiffs about it. But we hope you guys enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, notification bell. You know all the bullshit. Peace.